Hello everyone, this is Tim. It's a little bit windy here. I'm at the intersection of Rocky Mountain Road and Wiggum Road in New Stanton, PA. This is where my mother and father, I'll show you real quick here. This is where my mother and father first met. This is where my dad asked my mother for directions, and a couple years later I was born. So what would I be most surprised that people had not read before? That, friends of mine, people that are playing role-playing games with me, it'd probably be the Hobbit or the Lord of the Rings, as my username on YouTube probably suggests. I'm a big Tolkien fan. It's just one of those things that I always just assume people have watched or read, the Lord of the Rings, Peter Jackson movies. I'm often quite surprised when they haven't, or it's just something that they've always meant to read and never got around to doing it. So, yeah, short answer, Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, all by J.R. Tolkien. I'd be really surprised if, for instance, you haven't read that before. Hello everybody, this is Tim, and this is another RPG Day question. The question for today is, if I could basically play anywhere, where would I play? And I'm here. I actually came here. This is an old garage that my grandparents used to have like tractors and stuff in, cars. This is their property. I believe it's been passed down to my uncle, who pretty much owns it. But this side of the family is a little rocky, so we don't really talk to each other all that much like we used to. But yeah, it's just like a very old house here. I think they had a couple 100 acres. We used to hunt here and ride our bikes here. My grandfather used to take a truck up through the woods and just that was just an awesome experience. Just sitting in my grandfather's Chevy S10, going over really bumpy roads. Here's the house itself. It's very old. I believe underneath there is actually, I think it's a log cabin beneath that exterior. They had to, put some like newer stuff on it. It's a little run down now, but we used to ride our bikes around here all the time as kids, all just around the house. We used to love coming here with our bikes. It still looks pretty much the same. There's a well there down below the house. That's the porch we used to sit on with my grandparents. Over there is a swing, great barbers and such. And way up there is just all the property, just hundreds of acres. But yeah, if I could game anywhere, I'd probably game here. I just have a lot of fond memories of this place. Hanging out with my grandfather and grandmother on the porch. Sadly, I can't really go in there anymore, but it's kind of nice to be here again. It brings back a lot of good memories. And, they had a big old wooden table with these like dragon-like claw feet. The legs were wider than I was. Very sturdy table. Very tall table. My grandfather said that he always liked tall tables because he could lean on them and they didn't hurt his back. He used to play solitaire with this like grimy deck of playing cards that he'd played like thousands of times. He had a spittoon over in the corner, and yeah, he was a character. He had calmed down in his later years, but like he used to be, I believe he used to run moonshine. He did all kinds of crazy stuff back here. He was always a hard worker, a farmer. So he was a good dude. He's, out of all my grandparents, he's my favorite. I was glad to be a pallbearer at his funeral. Felt like I did him like one last thing. But yeah, if I could pick any place to go, I definitely want to go here. Play in that old table if it's still in there. And just, yeah, bring some role playing to this awesome place.